Hey sis, have you ever thought about group travel? I came on today because I believe that group travel is just the ultimate adventure. And I'm going to tell you why. So, have you ever dreamed of seeing the world but felt like it was too expensive, too complicated, or just something other people did or do? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. But today, I want to share why group travel is the ultimate adventure and why it might just change your life. I love group travel. Back in 2016, I was working as a flight attendant and we flew the military all over the world. And I was landing in places I had only ever seen in pictures. Stunning beaches, vibrant cities, little hidden gems I had didn't even know existed. And every time I stepped off the plane, I felt something wake up inside me, right? I started thinking, why was I experiencing all of this and so many people only dreamed about it? Why did traveling the world seem so out of reach when I was seeing firsthand that it didn't have to be? I used to think before I started working as a flight attendant, I used to always dream of going places, but not knowing exactly how, right? But that's when it hit me. Travel isn't just about going to new places, it's about breaking out of the routine, meeting amazing people, making moments that stick with you forever. Because travel opens the world. I mean, it just you see the world, but it opens you. It broadens your thinking, it broadens your view. Because if you only ever stayed at home, your view is very narrow. You get to see and experience all different types of cultures. So, but anyway, but I started thinking, what's the best way to do this? To get other people to see it as well. And that's when I decided to go back to something I had thought about doing years before, and that's being a travel agent. But I thought this time I was like, I want to specialize in groups. I want to do group travel where, because I was traveling in a group. We were a crew. When you're flying the military, you're a crew of at least 14 to 18 people most of the time. Sometimes every once in a while it'd be only about nine. But I was always in a group. So I felt you feel safe in a group. You feel, you're part of something already. So you're not alone. And so I wanted that for others as well. So, why group travel is a game changer? It's less stress, it's more fun, the planning is done for you, there's no stressing over where to stay, what to do, how to get around. You just pack your bags and show up because the itinerary is done. And that's what I do. I plan the itinerary for you or even for myself. That's what I do. And I love to see that. Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that. Love it. Love it. So you get to travel with like minded people, share experiences, make real connections. Some of my closest friendships started out because of group travel. There's more money for you. Group travel means you get better deals. The group itself, you might say, oh, you might look at that and say, well, that looks expensive, because group travel, depending on where it is, it can be more expensive. For some cities, some places are just expensive. But I can guarantee you that in that group, you are still getting a deal. Because remember, all the itinerary, all of that is included in that one price, except for possibly your airfare. But then you can have there could possibly be a price that includes the air. So, but all of that is done for you. A lot of the meals are taking place, are covered for you. Some meals are not, but most of the meals are as well. So you are still getting a deal on where you're staying, the itinerary, etc. So it's just amazing. So, but imagine watching the sunset in Santorini, right? Dancing at a festival in Rio, or waking up with the pyramids in Egypt. Not just by yourself, but with a group of people who feel like family. I have seen how travel changes people. It builds confidence, expands your perspective, and reminds you just how much life has to offer. I remember on one trip to Italy, and we were standing at a cliffside temple watching the city below. And one of the women in our group who had never traveled outside the US turned to me with tears in her eyes, and she said, I never thought I'd be here. I never thought this life was for me. And I'm here to tell you, it's for you. It definitely is for you. You just have to want it. You just have to want it enough, because it's for you. And but that moment right there, that's why I do this. That moment right there, when she turned to me with tears in her eyes, I loved it. It just meant so much to me, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. So I want that for you. If you've already been traveling, you can still travel with us. It won't be your first time, but it'll be maybe a new place, or maybe it's somewhere you go again, because you don't always have to go somewhere new if you loved it. I personally love, domestically, Savannah, Georgia. I love Savannah, Georgia. I've been already a couple times, and I am going again because I love it. It's always something else to learn. It's always something else to see, and it just makes me feel good. And that's domestically. Um, I'm going to Dubai again. We're doing Dubai next year. I've been to Dubai, but I didn't get to experience Dubai like I wanted to experience Dubai. So I'm going again because I like Dubai. I've been to Greece. I've been to Santorini. I've been to Mykonos. I've been to Athens. I've been to Delphi. And I've been to Crete. I'm going again because Mykonos was the most beautiful place I think I've ever seen. But I'm going again. So I welcome you. I am the owner of Opulence Travel Agency and the owner of Traveling Sistas Travel Group, and the admin, one of your admins in Traveling Sistas Travel Group Facebook group. The links below if you want to join, if you want to book one of our upcoming group trips with me, or if you're not interested in a group and you just want to do something solo or with one of your friends, I book those too. But the links are below for you to contact me, for you to book your travel. If you want to ask questions, I'm available for any and all of that. So I welcome you to my channel. I welcome you to join in the Facebook group. I'm also on Instagram under Opulence Travel Agency. But anyway, today I'm just very happy to share my thoughts on group travel with you. And I hope that it means something to you too. Alrighty, bye-bye.